Hello guys, good evening. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay guys. So I will start with the introduction of myself. So myself is PINNACLEIIT. I am from IIT Bhubaneswar. And then about the Pinnacle IIT. So there is a vast gap between the practical knowledge and whatever you are studying in your BTech. Okay. So for that we started a platform which acts as a bridge between your college career and your practical career. Okay, so generally like we will take you from your theoretical concept to the practical side, what are the follow in the field. Okay, so for that we will take the help of different softwares like ETABS, RCDC, SAFE, Excel sheets, and most important is manual design concept. Softwares can be learned through the many ways. Okay, but about the manual design concept, if you are a structural engineer, then the manual design concept will really help you during the interview. Whenever you are pursuing for the interview, like in the consultancy or in the any MNC company, where or you are like appearing for the government interview, government job interview, state PSC. For that also, they will ask you the different question regarding the your practical skill. So for that, manual design is must. So Nikun sir will take that also. Okay. So without wasting time, I am going to hand over the session to the Nikun sir. Furthermore, Nikun sir will tell you about your whole internship. At last, I will come back and I will like if you have any question in between, you can write it down in the note, and at the last you can ask to the Nikun sir or me. Okay. So about the Nikun sir, so Nikun sir did her like his master's in structural engineering, and he has the experience of 5 years of consultancy. Okay, Nikun sir owns the consultancy also. So he is providing the design in Gujarat state, Maharashtra state, and Uttar Pradesh. So please, Nikun sir, you can start the session and you can share your screen.
Okay, sir. I'm audible, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So,
Yes, sir, it is.
yes, okay, sir. So, myself Nikun Sondagar, and basically I am a structural engineer as per this discussion. So, basically, we are providing the structural services all over this. We'll try to cover all over India as soon as possible. Okay. So, in this session, we will learn how to design a multiple buildings like small types of building, then high rise building. So it's a platform where you can learn the structural designing from beginner to high level, right? So without wasting time, we will start the first how we will start this session, right? Then we'll discuss so many things that we have to discuss regarding the software, everything, right? So I will start with our basic terminology. So once you this is our first project, you can see on my screen. So this is our first project, right? So where the first project is our G plus 2 residential bungalows. Then the project number 2, which is our hostel buildings, right? um, why we will cover these different types of projects, so I will discuss all the things, right? Project 3, which is your industrial RCC structure, and the most very important project 4, which is your totally high rise structure, right? In high rise structure we will do the response spectrum analysis as well as wind analysis. So you already learned wind analysis as per this code, but there are multiple types of wind load analysis. So we will discuss all the things where you have to use and which types of design we are going to use in our practical life, right? So let's go through with some basic steps. Okay, so now my question is, first of all I will share some details. So if you can see, this is our architectural plan. This is our ground floor plan. I hope this is visible properly. Then this is first floor plan, then this is a second floor plan, and here you can see this terrace floor plan. And meanwhile you can see this elevation, right? Everything will get from the client. It may be architecture, it may be civil engineer, it may be some client, right? Whatever they want, right? Some of our groups, from our group, so many ways that we can get some projects, right? So it's, we will discuss how can we start our, how to will start, how to will get this project, right, from this industry. Okay, so we'll discuss all the things. Okay, so in this manner we can get this plan. So my first questions to all of you: once we get this architectural plan, what we have to do? Okay, once we get this architectural plan, what we have to do? Can anyone tell me what is the next step once we get this architectural plan? Guys, please unmute yourself and just let me know whatever you know. Once we get this architectural plan, what is the next step? Don't worry, it's an interaction process, so you can just unmute yourself and just tell me whatever you know. Okay, yes, here we get our few answers. Yes, this is the preparation of structural plan, that is the lila bandi. This is the next step. So this Abhishek is giving the 110% best answer. We have to place this column. So column placing is our first step, very first step, right? Okay, so here I already said this column placement. So you can see there are the column placements in this architectural plan, right? So in this manner we will place our column placement. So c1 c2 up to c10, right? So this is our second step. First step, we have to read this architectural plan. In the second step, that we have to give this column placement. Okay, then third step, okay, which is from my side, not from architectural side, we'll give this beam placement. So I hope this red is indicate, it is visible. So this red indicate this beam placements, right? So this is particularly beam side. Okay, so why this is important? Why we give this beam positioning? It is very important that architecture will understand where the beam is connecting and when actually this beam is required. If architecture want to hide the beam, then we will give the solution, right? So at this position we have to give this beam placement also, right? So in this screen you can see this beam placement, right? So once we do this column placement, once we do the beam placement, so we will share with this client, whatever architect, right? So we will share these things with the architecture. So architecture will read this column placement. If this is okay, if there is some correction, then we will do it, right? If the architecture said this column is okay, then we will further move to this design of structure. Okay, so the next part, that we have to prepare our model. Okay, so here I will share you this ETABS model. So you can see this is the same project. Okay, so you can see this same project. I just model out. Okay, so this is our project. Okay, actually this project location is Junagadh. Okay, so I will share with you a few points. Okay, so once you can see, this is a plinth beam, right? So let me give a second, just 1 second. Okay, so you can see this is our so I hope almost it is visible. So now if this is my plinth beam, right, we can say ground floor plan. So you can see almost there are one beam here, so almost same remaining. This is connected beam, this is connected beam, and here we add this additional beam and there are some toilets portion, right? So this is our ground floor plan. Okay, once I click here, once I click again at above move up list, so I get this first floor plan, right? So you can see this is wash area, this is some short portion, this is my kitchen, then this is my living room, this is my general toilet, and this is particularly porch, right? So this all about our first floor and remaining all the floors. So you can see sorry, this is our second floor plan. This is our terrace floor plan. You can see I just give this number naming here. यहाँ पे आपको naming दिखेगा floor wise. So it's a terrace and it's a terrace cabin, right? So in this manner we have to prepare our model. Now my question is, now we'll go in depth, right? So how, okay, now I want to ask you, there are three types of loads, right? The first one is point load, second is UDL, the third one is UVL. Now tell me, I already know that you already performed these three types of loading calculation in your colleges. Now tell me, is it practically anywhere you can see this point load, UDL and UVL? Now tell me where you can see this loading which is practically applicable on structure, where we use point load, where we use UDL and where we use UVL load. So my question is, anyone?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, anyone?
The floor load
Okay, okay,
for you.
okay.
And in case of auditoriums, do we consider it to be a uniformly varying load, sir?
Okay, okay, okay.
And the axial loads acting on the column.
Definitely 110% right answer. It's very nice answer. Okay, so first point load. Okay, this is our foundation load. Sometimes we get this reaction in the form of kilonewton, right? So this is our first point load. The second is UDL. Once we construct our walls, okay, in between these two columns, right? Okay, might somewhere anywhere, right? If we construct this wall here, so it's kind of UDL load, right? And UVL, as per your suggestion, that in auditorium room we will use UVL load. Okay, and another things, sometimes in the elevation purpose we will increase step by step the size of our wall, right? So at that person we will also use this UVL load. So there is practically we will use this all these types of loading in our real life. Once we are in engineering, we think that when we use point load, when we use UVL load, when we use UDL, we don't know, but practically all this loading we will use in our life. Okay, now my question is, this is our beam, sorry, this is our structure. So I want to calculate this loading, right? I want to calculate this wall load. Okay, maybe there are some wall somewhere here, right? So and this is my floor to floor height. I can guess this is my 4 meter. Now I want to calculate this UDL load acting on this beam. So how can I calculate, how to calculate UDL load acting on this beam? Anyone? How to calculate this load? You already know UDL loads. So how can we calculate these things? Okay, no problem, I will tell you. So first tell me what is the unit of UDL load. What is the unit of UDL load? It's a kilometer per meter. Am I right or wrong? Right. So if we multiply the density, multiply with height, multiply by length, so can we get this loading condition? We will get this loading, right? Okay, but is there this length is uniform every time? Because we have 1 meter beam, we have 2 meter beam, we have 3 meter beam, so it is practically possible that we can calculate this all this loading for all these beams. It is not possible practically. So what we do, we will just ignore this length and we will multiply density with the width with the height. So what is the so now we will go with this unit, right? So this unit of the density will be kilometer per meter cube. Okay, we will multiply by width is a meter and height is a meter. So once we cancel out this, we get this kilonewton per meter, so which is our loading, right? This is our UDL load. Now my question, now we know the width it may be 4 inch, it may be 9 inch. So what is the height of this? How can we calculate this height? It is a 4 meter, or we have to deduct this beam depth. How can we calculate this height? We have to deduct this beam depth or not? This is my question. Anyone? Hello? Anyone?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, okay. See, this is RCC member, so there is no wall. So from this overall depth, we will minus this beam depth. So whatever we get this effective height, we will multiply with the width and density. So here we get this UDL load in the form of kilonewton per meter, right? So this is our next step. Okay, so in this manner, we have to calculate this loading acting on each and every beam, right? And the next step that we have to go with this our design of slabs. So now tell me, now can anyone tell me there are how many types of slabs? How many types of slabs are there?
There is a one-way continuous slab, two-way
Okay.
continuous slab,
Okay.
grid slab,
Okay.
flat slab.
That's definitely. So there are multiple types of slabs. Yes, yes, definitely. That's a good answer. Okay. So now we'll go with this. Okay. Okay. So we'll go with this. Okay. Now you can see. Okay. So something like this. Okay, so this is our particular slab modeling. Now in my screen, if you can see, there are some green slab and there are some I can say perpendicular slab, right? So what is the differentiate, what is the difference between these two slabs, right? So this is our normal slab, and if you can see these slabs, this is our particularly sunken slab. So I hope you already know this, what is the meaning of sunken slab, right? So sunken slab means like a little bit, once this is our normal slab, so we'll go down, like we will make our slabs like this, right? And almost all the piping in the toilet we will place somewhere here, and then we'll fill this material, right? And sometimes for this balcony we will use these types of slabs. So if you can see in architectural plan, okay, so you can see here we get this flat portion, right? Okay, so this is a flat portion, if you can see this green, right? So that's why we have to prepare these slabs. Okay, so this is our next step. Okay, now this is our sunk slab, one way, two way. Okay, this is done. Okay, so once we apply this load, what is the next step? Okay, once we do everything, we will done. So now our next step, here we get some loading. Okay, here we get some 500 kilonewton foundation load. So what is the next step? Once we get this loading condition, what is the next step? What we have to do? Once we model our structure, then what we have to do? What is the next step?
Assign the load, sir.
We done this. So finally we'll get some reaction. So what is the next step? That we have to go with this foundation design, right? We have to go with the foundation design.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for this foundation design, what we required? If I want to design my foundation, right, I want to design this foundation, what is the pre-requirement?
We should know the load acting on the foundation and the safe bearing
Yes.
capacity of the
Okay.
soil.
Okay, definitely it's the right answer, right? Here we get this loading, right? So if we divide this loading by soil bearing capacity, we can assume 100. So here we get this area which is required for this foundation design, right? So if you divide this 500 by 100, 500 is our loading, so its unit is a kilometer, and 100 which is our SBC. SBC unit is a kilometer per meter square. So meter square will go somewhere here, so we will get this area in this meter square, right? Okay, so in this manner we have to calculate our required size of foundation, and then we have to model this structure. Okay, so in my screen you can see this is our eccentric foundation, right? This is eccentric, this is eccentric, this is eccentric. Now this is a slope foundation. It is my slope foundation. How can I say this is slope foundation? What is the clue that we say this is slope foundation? Anyone?
The lines that are radiating from the
Yes,
column
yes, yes,
towards.
definitely, right? This line is representing as a slope foundation. Okay, now there are different types of foundation: slope foundation, paired foundation, raft foundation, like pile foundation, eccentric foundation. Now my question, I think it is visible, right? This is our slope foundation, right? And this paired foundation is something like this. So what are the difference between slope foundation and paired foundation? Because this foundation is almost same. So what is the difference in between slope and in between paired foundation? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between slope foundation and paired foundation? Okay, I will tell you. Okay, in a paired foundation, like if you can see, this is slope foundation. So in paired foundation, we are going to model like this, right? In the slope foundation, we are doing slopes like this. So this amount of concrete is it's not considering, right, during this construction. So it's a in slope foundation we will save this material, right? In slope foundation we will save this material, so that's why generally we will use the slope foundation, right? Okay, and there are one more answer, that is this is useful for this punching check, right? So we'll discuss in our intensive. So what is the importance, how can we design our punching foundation? Okay, so this is our first step, that we have to design our foundation. You can see this is a scheduling that we have to prepare. Okay, raft and isolation foundation, yes, yes, definitely. Okay, and the next step that we have to design of column. So you can see this is a schedule of column. C1 required size of column, grade of concrete, required area of this steel. Okay, then this transfer reinforcement, arrangement of binders and distance. Okay, so let's we will discuss all the things, that how can we prepare this scheduling. Definitely all this designing will get from ETABS, right? This designing will get from this ETABS. Okay, then next that we have to modeling our beam, right? So you can see in my screen. Okay, so you can see in my plane, this is our planes beam, right? PB1, PB2, this is all our beams, right? PB6, 7. So that we have to model this beam. You can see this is a modeling of beam, and whatever amount of steel we get from ETABS, we have to simply input here, and then we'll get this result, right? We have to model these beams like this. So during this site execution, they understand this required amount of steel that is used for this particular beams, right? So in this manner we have to model this structure PB1 up to how many numbers of beam. Now this is our first floor slab. Okay, okay, so now this is our S1, S3, S4. So S4, which is indicating as a sunken slab as per our discussion, right? S3 is our normal one-way slab, and S1, I hope you know, this is a sign convention. This is S3, which is indicating as a one-way slab. This is two-way slab, and this is again two-way slab, right? So in this manner we have to model our uh, structures, right? In this manner we have to model the scheduling of slab reinforcement, right? So you can see this is a two-way slab. Okay, whatever amount of slabs that we have to model the slabs. Okay, this is reinforcement requirement for different types of slabs reinforcement. Okay, so you can see this is a scheduling of reinforced slabs. Okay, this is a above floor, second floor, right? Okay, so okay, so in this manner we have to prepare our different systems, right? So this is our second floor, this is our terrace floor, and this is our terrace cabin, right? Okay, so in this manner we have to model this, here we have to modeling our slabs, right? And then we have to design our scheduling of slab reinforcement. So this is our particular steps that we have to design, we have to modeling during our analysis, right? So and additionally that we have to do one more steps once we go with this government projects. This is very most important. And I get some of the students will prepare this. I will share you, let me give this 1 second. So this is our assigned project, okay, and this completion will done by our students. So I will share you, this is a very interesting thing that I get from my one of the students on this January batch, right? So this is a daily based report, DBR report. So you can see this is a DBR report. Those who are already working on this field, they know what is the importance of DBR report. So during this intensive, they ask me so many questions every day. They simply put this question in WhatsApp and I will give you the answer, but I don't know why they want. So at the end they will send me this complete folder, right? You can see this complete folder where they have AutoCAD file, DBR report, ETABS file, RCDC file, save file. So they prepare all the things, right? So this is our, generally this is a DBR report. This is a hostel building, okay, G+1 story residential project. So you can see this is a complete report they submitted. The name is also mentioned, Satyam Bhosle, right? Which is within like in next of 3 to 4 months they get they get some like studies in abroad country. So almost they had some good works in our internship pages, right? So you can see this project information, everything is there, structural height, floor to floor height, right? Then this is the location, this is in India, and particularly it is in the Junagadh location, so they will mention these things. And this is code they use during our during this analysis. And this is a plan of structure, you can see this is plan, and this is our first floor plan, typical floor plan. And this is our modeling, you can see this beam releases, okay. Then this is a terrace floor plan, then this is a support condition whatever we are assigning, and then particularly modeling of structure, complete modeling. Then properties of structural element whatever we are going to use. See, this is beam size, column size, slab size, all the things they mentioning here. And this is a loading, right? Okay, whatever amount of loading you are assigning, then calculation of load, okay, whatever we discussing in this UDL load, and this is a slab load, this is kilometer per meter square, this is slab load, right? And this is a load calculation, LMR slabs, right? Okay, load calculation for overhead water tank, so they also considering water tank, so it's very interesting. Then this load loading acting of the structure, so different load loading, this is load assignment of this modeling. Then this is our model has been checked, there is no warning. And this is a various load combination as per this codal provision, right? In this last but not least, all this concrete frame passed in the design check, so everything is passed. So this is a complete report they prepare, right? Okay, so this is our complete project that we have to complete in different manner. This is our first step that we have to go with this ETABS. And the second step we'll designing all the structural elements using RCDC software, right? Okay, and the third things we will also use a SAFE 2016 file, right? I will share you the SAFE file. In the SAFE we have to designing our different types of slabs, right? All the types of slab we will designing using SAFE 2016. So you can see some of this, okay. So you can see there are some combined foundation, right? Okay, there are some normal paid foundation, all the foundation, there are some strap beam type foundation. So all the foundation we will designing using stripes SAFE 2016 project. So it's also very most important right now. Okay, currently it is also in this market. So if you use this ETABS, you have to model your structure using SAFE foundation design using SAFE 2016. So we will use also SAFE 2016, and using this different software we will design our structures. Okay, so I hope you clear your almost doubts in this first demo session. Okay, if there is any questions, so now you can ask me, and you can unmute yourself. We will discuss some important steps. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, almost my session is finished. Now anyone have any doubts, then please let me know. So please unmute yourself and ask your doubts. Is there anyone? Venu Ramula. Okay, Abhishek, Akhila, is there any doubt?
Sir, do we get to know about the retaining walls as well in this course?
Yes, everything will cover, right? But because of some time issues, we are not covering everything right now. But don't
Okay.
worry, I think we already discussed about these things, right? You call me 1 to 2 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I got it. Okay, no problem. We'll cover this retaining wall too, so don't worry about it. Okay,
Yes.
as
Thank you.
like if it is possible, maximum things we will cover during our intensive project. Whatever we are not telling, but definitely we will cover this session, right? We'll cover these
Okay.
things. Okay, if there
Okay.
is anything that this is apart from our intensive program, so definitely we will cover it. If you require any special any special cases, like if you are working any special cases, so we will cover these things too, right? But there
Okay.
is it is not part of our intensive program, but we will mutually understand, and I will help you everywhere. Like if there
Okay.
is any project right now, so many students are working on our on their MTech project. So they connect with us, and we'll try to complete their MTech projects.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Sure.
okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay, welcome.
Sir, please guide them regarding the registration process.
Okay,
So
okay,
please
sure.
visit our website. So guys, minimum group size required is 3 because this time we will assign you a personal project. Sorry, whatever comes in our consultancy for design, we will assign you the same only. You have to do that within 15 days and have to submit to Nikun sir. In between, if you have any doubt, you can ask the Nikun sir and he will arrange a personal meeting with you to resolve your doubt. Okay. So basically first 30 days will be your program in which you will learn 5 live projects, G+2 residential bungalow. Definitely we'll start with that because your basics are not clear enough. Then we'll take G+4. Then we'll take high rise G+20 in which response spectrum method will be also covered. Okay, earthquake design will be covered. After that, one industrial building will be taken, and the most like fifth one will be your project, which is most important. As per my opinion, it is most important because you cannot learn structure just by seeing each and everything. You have to perform the analysis. Okay, so please, sir, open the website. Okay. So guys, minimum group size is 3. Okay. So from website or pinnacleiit.com, sir, like show them whole website. So this our tagline from concept to clearance. These are different courses. So scroll it down, sir. Okay. So these guys, these are the our 5 features. It is one-to-one teaching. So in one batch there will be only 20 students. Okay. So Nikun sir, you can ask the doubt directly to Nikun sir in the live class only. Then free career guidance. So there will be 2 to 3 sessions on how to build your CV, then how to get the job in structure field. Okay, by experts. Then the best rated course you guys can search on the Google regarding the Pinnacle IIT. So our main course is structural course. Okay, other courses are just for the like for those who wants to learn the basics of Revit or basics of BIM. But our main focus is on structure only. That is affordable. You guys can search this kind of course any or like on the website anywhere. All the courses are of around 40 to 50,000, and we are providing that in only 4,000. Okay, 24 by 7 assistance. In the future also, if you have any doubt, you can ask to Nikhil. You will add in the WhatsApp group with the Nikul sir, the your April batch group. So, malab, in the future, like you are taking the design in your consultancy. Okay, so at that time, if doubt arises, you can ask the Nikul sir. These are the top performers. Like you can search scroll down. These are some testimonials. Okay, plenty of testimonials are there. Then Google reviews, you guys can just type the Pinnacle ID in Google. There will be around 200 reviews on Google. All are of 5 star. And you guys can also search this name in Instagram. You will find the same guy. Okay, so you can ask them to personally. Okay, sir. Now take back to the course. So here the civil structure level internship. So click on that. Okay. So here you will learn each like you will get the each and everything. Still, I will share the detailed brochure with you, but each and everything is been mentioned here, so you can easily understand what the Nikun's will do. And also, Nikun's profile is there, so you can see that what the Nikun's is. Okay, sir. Sir, now show them the placement assistant step. Okay, so this time we have collaborated with the SpecUwin, okay, for your placement assistance. So you will get one free posting in SpecUwin for the lifetime. Okay, you can post the job here. It is new startup, so basically they are also developing. So you can create your profile, and then the whoever is recruiter directly can contact you. Okay, so you don't have to pay anything extra for this. This is free of cost for our each and every Pinnacle student. Not for you, but also for previous student. Although we have not
Excuse me,
mentioned
sir.
that.
Hello. Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes,
Sir, I have a small question.
yes.
Sir, do you cover steel structure in this?
No, no, only RCC.
Only?
Only RCC.
Only. Okay, so only RC. Okay, sir. Steel structure won't be there.
No, 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 no. Still.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So, sir, come back to our website, sir.
Certainly, sir.
Okay. So from here you can add to cart and then just select the view part. I will give you the 1000 rupees discount code to each and every student, which is Pinnacle 1000. Okay, already applied Pinnacle 1000. So you will get that course in 4000. Instead of 5000, you have to pay the 4000. But code is valid up to 7th. Our batch is starting from 10th, but code will expire on the 7th. So enroll before the 7th using UPI. After the 7th, you will be adding in the WhatsApp group from where Nikos will guide you how to install the softwares because you are not aware with that. So we'll guide you regarding that. Okay. So here fill all the details. For those who are in BTech, they also can buy Revit. We are providing the 50% additional discount in Revit course. It is 2,500 base price, 500 rupees discount for all. But those who are taking the structure calls, for them we are providing extra 50%. So you just select that, get this exclusive offer now, and then you will get that items. Place the order. Place the order. You will get the next screen of Paytm payment gateway. Sir, you have not filled the college name. Just so this is the Paytm payment gateway powered by Paytm. So you directly pay to the Paytm, and Paytm will pay to us on next day. Okay. So from here, scroll it down, sir. Don't pay using this QR code because sometimes error are coming. So instead of that, just select the UPI and enter your UPI code. Okay, and just go in the your UPI application and pay. then you will receive the invoice from our company. Also, you will receive the another email in which the WhatsApp group link will be there. So just join the WhatsApp group. Only 20 students will be there. No more than 20 students are allowed to join. Okay. After 20, like you cannot enroll in the internship. So there will be 7 groups. Maximum 7 group will be there. Okay, guys. If you have any doubt now, so you can ask us.
Sorry, sir, I was late. I just wanted to know whether ductile detailing would be covered in it.
Yes, it will be covered.
Okay, so just one second. I will share you the Cyrus project modeling like this. It is our particularly students who is pursuing their MTech and they are modeling the structures. So you can see, and from our side, we will help to how to model the structures, and they are interacting with this faculty, the faculty, and all the things, right? So it is a part of our intensive program. Okay, so in this they also learn how to designing all the things, and they practically applied once they are in the masters in projects, right? So you can see this is modeling they share with me for the checking and all the things, right? So I was checking all the things, so just I want to share these things, right? So it is our particular model. Okay, sir, there is nothing required more than this. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. So, guys, thank you, Nikun, sir. Like, we have
Okay,
learned
sir.
many things.
Welcome, sir.
We have learned the many things from your side.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, I hope to see you all on intensive program. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us. I'm ending the meeting here. If you have any doubt, you can ping me personally. Okay.
Okay, bye bye. Good night.